One, two. And we are back, guys, with the LCL Amateur League Finals. I am Defiance along with my co-caster Zedias, back for game number 2. The first game went in favor of Pew Pew Lasers and Furious 5 not doing as well as the movie Furious 5. They kinda lost it out in the mid game. So yeah, Varun, what do you think about the bands now?
They had a dream early game with that Ferrari rolling in from Yellow Flash, but really, I mean, to just completely screw it around and fail to see the potential of a Corki on their team. Like really, I mean, I'm kind of disappointed that they kind of left him to die in the backline while they just went in and tried to go for targets themselves, because of late the Pew Pew Lasers had the better scaling comp as the game went later and later. But yeah, actually, you didn't even mention this before. Captain Awesome is back.
Oh yeah,
The man
Captain Awesome
himself.
is back. And
The man, the myth, the legend himself.
yeah. Oh god, not another Rek'Sai, come on. Okay, anyway,
He did go
let's
there.
talk about
Don't
the
worry, he
band.
plays a better Rek'Sai than the last guy.
Okay, so Bans Nasus, again, infinite scaling, so a no-go. Quinn, cause Buddy, Lee Sin, cause he's blind. Band champions, we have Fizz. On the purple team, we have Fizz, Blitzcrank, Cocky. We all know why Fizz is banned, cause he's annoying and you can't target him. And we have Blitzcrank, cause he hooks people. And then we have Cocky, who is basically a god if played right. So,
Last time around, Furious 5 doing well to ban the Leona out, but this time since the blue side,
Yeah.
they did try to keep the Leona, and Deathstroke will be going Leona over the Alistar, which is actually good for them. More than the fact that, it is a Alistar and all that. Deathstroke really was having a very rocky game with that Alistar in game 1.
So first pick Leona, so that kind of tells the enemy team that you are looking to go for an aggressive bot lane, go for those early kills. And Scarlet counter picking very wisely with her Nami. Her Nami is also quite good, so she'll be looking to land those bubbles mid Leona Z. And Captain Awesome picking up. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so Captain Awesome picking up Hecarim, another underplayed jungler. I don't think he's that good in the current jungle since he has an issue with his sustain. But yeah, a good jungler nonetheless. The clear speeds are decent compared to a Jarvan, who's again a top tier jungler. We have talked about him in the past game as well. 100 ban and pick in this tournament, as you just said a while back. So yeah, continuing the trend right there.
And Grimsley I actually wished he'd go for the Katarina, but it looks like he's sticking with the Yasuo because of how well it worked for him last game, I guess. And he has every reason to do so. And Holy Gunners, I actually partly expected Holy Gunners to go Graves, because Graves Leona is the strongest bot lane right now in this current patch 421. Graves in general is slowly making a comeback, and really his damage and what he provides for teams in this current patch, in this team fight meta in general, is just stunning and staggering, even more so than a Caitlyn. So not quite sure what Holy Gunners is planning, but it is a comfort pick. Holy Gunners does play a lot of Caitlyn, so yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see what he'll bring.
Grimsley on the other hand opting for a Yasuo, so he's completely at the mercy of Scarlet right now. If she manages to land her bubbles, then Grimsley can get off a good ult. Whereas on the other hand, if she doesn't, Grimsley has to wait up and charge his Q stacks into the tornado and then hopefully can get off a good ult. The only other place where he can ult is with Hecarim's E. The brief moment where Hecarim just connects his E with the enemies, he does a brief knockup, so if he's fast enough, he can do that as well. Meanwhile, Birdie picking up Lucian. I think Lucian is a decent pick right now. As I said like a few moments ago, Graves is one of those ADCs who is surprisingly tanky because of his passive. People don't realize how tanky he is. How tanky he is due to the 10 stacks of armor and magic resist that he gets. And Varun just messaged me, he's really happy that his main champ, the champ that he mains, Oriana, has finally been picked along with the top lane Warwick. Will they switch? Will Warwick go into the jungle? But this is the first time I'm actually seeing a top lane Warwick in a long time. And we have a top lane Shen against a Warwick, so a sustained lane. The only difference is that Shen has no mana and Warwick does need mana to spam his Qs. Both of them can trade evenly against each other, but Warwick has a bit of an upper hand, I guess, if he does get that farm up early.
I completely disagree with the decision to pull off a Warwick top in this game. Like, I'd have at least, like, the least they could have done is probably sent the Warwick jungle again with the Jarvan top, which would actually stand a better chance, and it's actually a more carry-oriented top laner. But even an AP Warwick top with the new smite, I really don't think it'll work as much because of the general all-round nerfs to the champion in patch 421. And also, and seriously, Demacia was doing a very good job himself on that Shen last game. So I'm curious why he didn't go again. Like, it's pretty much okay to pick Shen when your jungler is a Jarvan because of the general combo and the very AoE that you hold within you. And this time you have a Leona. So if you pull off one good Dawn, that's setting a very good Leona up into a further Jarvan Cataclysm into an Orianna. So I feel like Shen would contribute to the Wombo combo better than a Warwick, but he's running with it, so I guess he has some amount of confidence with it. And it is the second game, and they'll have to step their game up. So this appears to be their decision.
Yeah, so this time around we see the team fighting, which is heavily favored in the blue team side. The Leona ult into the Jarvan and the Ori ult will be quite a force to be reckoned with if played correctly. Purple team themselves are not doing that bad on the team fighting side. Purple team Sekirim with his onslaught of shadows along with Nami's tidal wave into Grimsley's ult, and then Shen always there protecting Lucian. So their team fight is also strong, but not as quite as the Ori and the Cataclysm ult. I mean the Jarvan ult when it comes on top of you together.
True, and while they do have a formidable team fighting combo, I'm really not quite sure. Also, now that I think about it, I'm not quite sure why Grimsley would even pick the Yasuo. Because banking on just a simple Nami Aqua Prison and a Hecarim's E is not particularly reliable compared to the Janna that they had the last game and the Jarvan. So, not quite sure. I guess Grimsley is just picking this solely out of comfort, solely to just kind of get a bit of dominance in lane and be basically unkillable in lane.
I guess all the players in the purple team are booming with confidence, and Grimsby himself did quite well. He did stagger a bit early in the game, but as the game progressed on, after that beautiful play in their own jungle in the last game, I think he should be confident enough to go with his Yasuo. And also one thing, Nami has a tidal wave, so that will knock a few people up as well. So yeah, she needs to time it well though, because she can use it to disjoin the Warwick ult, and she can use her Aqua Prison to disjoin that ult as well. So yeah, the MVP of this match has to be Scarlet if she plays it well.
Yep, she has a lot to think about this game, especially when it goes in the team fight phase, which it will because Furious 5's team comp alone kind of pretty much speaks volumes about the fact that yes, they will go for a team fight. They did team fight last time. They had a very good early game, but again, as I mentioned earlier, they failed to protect Holy Gunners. So hopefully they don't do that mistake. And this time they actually have a comp built around protecting people as well as fighting really, really well. So it's either hard initiation or complete protection for the AD carries on the side of Furious 5. But on the side of PP Lasers, they just it looks to me that they all picked 5 comfort picks, and they just like, okay, let's just play the game. Like, regardless of team comp, regardless of this thing, which while it may sound unconventional, well, it may sound like, so not something that is not ill-treated or not looked at in a pretty sound way. It actually works wonders when you're just playing a comfort champ because you just know what to do at a particular point in time, and it's just the bloody, what do you say, a decision of how you play.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
I love that Shen splash art. It's so nice and majestic. But Shen has a chance has fallen off lately in this matter. Like, I really used to like Shen, but
I'd like to think that he never left. I'd like to think that he still can maintain that innate amount of tankiness that made him a monster earlier, which still hasn't gone. Like we saw in the last match, if you run a full AD comp like that, the Shen can very much tank you for days. And he
Yeah.
did tank for days. It's just that few bad decisions as a team was what caused him to completely melt, seemingly melt, in the face of 5
Well,
people.
I like to think Maokai is a better version of Shen. It's just that Maokai does everything that Shen does, but he does it kind of better. So.
That's just called.
Okay, so what time are you at? I'm at 15
009.
seconds.
9 seconds.
Why are you so behind?
I don't know.
Thought you had an awesome comp, dude.
How far is the stream behind?
I have no idea.
Lokesh? Oh, okay, but in-game time? Point zero? Ah, okay, same as me. How are you ahead, dude? Right.
But Rishi, if you're reading this, I saw it. Okay. Thanks, buddy. I'll make sure I point out each and every mistake that you make. Each and every CS
Yeah.
that you miss.
Yeah,
I
we'll
think
just have to
somebody
edit that
DC
out in the
is it?
YouTube video.
What?
We'll just have to edit that out in the YouTube video. You pretty much badgering on front and body and everything he's doing, I guess. Oh, well, anyway.
Funny, eh? Okay.
Well,
Why
come
would you do
on.
that?
Come on, we got a job to do.
Oh.
Not
Yeah,
like-
doesn't mean-
yeah.
Okay, come on. Okay.
Yeah, well, basically, we're just waiting for the game to start because once we see the 11-1 starts is when we can see about which comp is better and whatnot. So it's just resuming. So, bam. Right. So, looking at both teams, looking at
go.
the level ones.
Are we at
There
the
are
right
two.
times, by the way? Are you at 0.20?
Yeah, yes,
Two, one,
yes,
cool,
yes.
cool, cool.
2 1 2 2 exactly.
I love that
So we're all
Hecarim skin.
in sync.
Hecarim skin is so awesome.
Right, so the level ones and 2 teams, I'm partially expecting Pew Pew lasers to invade because of the presence of the Nami Q and basically the confidence of Scarlet being able to just go right in and pretty much score a catch. And it looks
Flash Q.
like
Flash
No.
Q, come on.
no.
Ah,
Lucian rather pay
Dance.
it by posting a smiley face on the ground. Because why not?
and they're standing right on top of a watch, so
They know
the
that. That's why
blue
they're doing
team
that.
knows that, yeah.
I
Blue
swear,
team
Furious 5
sees
should
the
absolutely
BM.
just collapse on them right now.
They should actually come into our hood and BM us. Not happening. But yeah, they decide to just, not do it.
So it looks like they're playing it safe. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. There's no reason for you to make any reckless moves, even if you were ahead, which you would see in a BO3. And it looks like the Nami is actually really, really hype. So very hype. Are you very hype? I'm so hype. I'm so full of hype.
No.
Why aren't you hype?
I'm not hype.
Okay, you
I'm
don't have to be of hype. Ah.
Get it?
Why? Why?
I just had to do it. Come on.
Okay.
Okay, Scarlet looking to land a bubble. It'll be funny if she misses it. Okay, bot lane. Okay.
It's
they
fine.
are
We can't
changing-
see.
changing the
We
lane.
can't see if it
Okay.
missed anyway. She's safe.
No, I checked it out. She did land it. So.
So, going on to lane matchups. How do you think the top lane will go, Rishi? Being a top lane yourself.
It's pretty boring, honestly. I think Shen players are those old guys who have this boring job. They come home and be like, hey, I'm gonna play Shen, I'm gonna sit in top lane all day and farm and, that kind of stuff. Shen is pretty boring if you ask me, but Shen against Warwick, I think both of them will be looking to farm. Nothing exciting going on there unless Hecarim and who's the jungler? Javan, decide to say otherwise.
If it's AP Warwick, though, that'll be a different story altogether. What happens quickly see is no, it isn't an AP Warwick. It's a general tank Warwick. It looks like sort of
That's
going to
like
mid
the
lane.
most boring kind of warming. Oh, there we have
Oh
an
my
engage.
god, that's
Early
first
level
blood. That is
coming
first
out.
blood.
Yeah, E into a beautiful trap, and there's nothing much Nami can do.
Dead joke certainly not pulling an Alistair. This game
Yeah,
now is he?
so hype, so hype.
Absolutely hype. And because he's so hype, that actually ended up killing her.
Yeah.
So stop. Lay off the vodka and chocolate system, Scarlet.
Ah,
It'll for your sake.
okay.
Wow.
The E barely missing, Grimsley going all in. Okay, this guy is high on confidence. You can see he's losing the trade, but he still decides to go and miss his Q and just come back out.
So the Oriana versus Yasuo matchup, which as he rightfully said, Oriana is my favorite champion in the game. There is literally nobody else I hold higher than her. And that's true for anything and everything. Anyway, so I'm kind of expecting a changed build path from how people normally build Oriana. I'll be pretty much keeping a close eye on Yellow Flash's itemization because last game he was playing an Ari, who it's totally fine if you rush the DFG and you pretty much go straight there. Besides, she actually won lane. So when you win lane like that, it's really okay to go the standard DFG into a Zhonya's or a Death Cap itemization. However, you are in Oriana right now. And wow, is that another kill? Nope, not quite. Anyway. So the lane in general, it'll come down to how the Yasuo picks his aggression because Oriana, it's better to lay on the defensive.
Here we have a gang coming in. Okay, I don't know what to say. That's another gang, the Ignite going on. Yellow Flash, Grimsley just dashing through the minions, not able to quite reach him. But yeah, both fail gangs by junglers over there.
That's what Yellow Flash has to watch out for, really. Whenever he gets really close with his own minions, he should realize that Grimsley can just dash as freely as he can. And really, I mean, if Oriana plays it a little passive and pretty much goes for a tier Morello itemization, he can just pretty much farm his tier up to maximum and get it rolling and have a free shield as well as Zhonya's, and he'll pretty much be set to face Grimsley for the rest of the game. Yeah. So hopefully he lets it get to that point. Hopefully he lays off and plays passively enough.
Oh, Bubble coming in, but nice focus by Dead Joke. That was kind of a bait. Here comes Captain Awesome roaring in with the Z. He's Holy Gunners out of range and then decides to go for Dead Joke. There is a very nice gang. The exhaust coming in, but Scarlet decides to take it for herself because she's so hype and she wants the kills to carry the game.
Absolutely. So that is a very good bait. That is a very, very well done bait by Pranjal Birdie and Scarlet. So it looks like Pranjal Birdie and Scarlet kind of going a little much more confidently into the lane, even though Deathstroke and Conrock's Holy Gunners did get the early kill and first blood but which she did go to get for herself, by the way. I thought Caitlyn had got it up this as well, but I'm actually surprised that it's actually Deathstroke himself getting first blood. So kind of weird. But oh well.
Yeah, well, come on. You as a support, you use your exhaust and you expect a return for it. You just don't use your exhaust just like that.
Kill secure. It's okay.
Yeah, exactly. You burn your summoners, you get kills. See, if that was a Maokai, you would have killed.
No, not quite. Not
that
quite.
Was Maokai, you would have killed with the burn. Now, who do you ult?
This is why I'm so against Warwick Top. It's just, I don't see it working out well for Furious 5. Seriously, because...
Yeah. Oh god,
wow.
why is not landing? Okay, Shen, nice. If you were just Maokai, you could have ulted and killed that Warwick. Okay, I should stop saying that. Okay, nice bubble coming in. That joke landing is E, but nothing much happening. Okay, Grimsley getting poked quite a bit.
Pelt him with all attacks. That's how it works. Anyway, so it looks like that joke.
Yeah. Okay, another engage coming in. Okay, Scarlet with those 100% bubble ratios. The shockwave coming in, level 6 Grimsley. Can he do a turnaround? No. Okay, just decides to run back.
Summoners to kind of go for that. I'm actually surprised why Yellow Flash did not ignite. In fact, the ignite into a third Q into like 2 to 3 auto attacks will pretty much kill Grimsley there. So I'm kind of not quite sure why she couldn't see the opportunity there. But oh well.
Yeah. Okay, Varun, I'm kind of intrigued by what Oriana throws at her opponent. Since you're an Oriana main, does she throw nuts and bolts.
Clockworks. She is the lady of clockwork. She throws clock parts. You basically go to your grandfather clock, you break it apart, and you see those small cogs and bits and pieces that form the cogs, and that's what she throws. So
Okay,
chuck that at the
so
person in your Oriana,
okay, so
and that'll give you
she
an award.
throws clock parts.
Yeah, I'll probably give you $1 million if you do that.
Okay, that
Right.
makes sense,
So,
I guess. Yeah, anyways, there's nothing that's going on. I don't know what to say now. Like making up
well,
random
I
stuff.
mean, let's talk about the vision. Let's talk about the vision that's being applied by both teams. Grimsley is
Yeah.
going off and taking his cut and grab on his own. Not quite sure why. And
Because that thing
yeah.
is annoying, that's why. Have you seen, dude, you're walking across the river to gank a lane.
Oh my god, that is
Oh, wow, okay. Nice bubble there. Oh my
Bam.
god, that headshot to the face of Birdie takes him out. And the junglers having
Holy
their own
goodness.
little party right there. Captain Awesome coming in. The ult hits Holy Gunners, both of them quite low, but he decides not to go against it, and that was a good call, I must say.
He should have been happy with that one kill onto Deathstroke right back there because really he misplayed it heavily. He had the chance to double kill both Leona and Holy Gunners there. He could have
Yeah.
actually spent all time trying to Q and kill Deathstroke and immediately just ult straight to Holy Gunners, which he
Yeah.
kind of didn't. He just ulted somewhere and hoped to hit both of them, which didn't never happen. So Captain Awesome, I don't know. I guess he needed that first game to kind of pump himself up, I guess, because
Yeah.
going into the second game, he's in the vicinity of hyped up teammates, but
Yep.
he's not really doing much. So
Okay, items. Leona with the sidestone as well as one more ward and one more pink ward because you can have never too much of vision. Then we have Nami with sidestone and she has a frostfang upgraded and she has like how many? Like 3 biscuits right there. And then we have Jarvan, both of them opting to go for that useless smite item. I don't know why. If you had chilling smite, you would have seen a lot more ganks happening, but you know, to each his own. Caitlyn got her Zerkers, Lucian got his BF. Then we have Warwick who's building tanky into I think a Black Cleaver. That
Every
might be a
time.
Black Cleaver. What?
every time the camera pans to bot lane, I'm always seeing Deathstroke going for
Yeah.
throwing another Zenith blade out. He's just hungry and out for blood. You could even say that he's mad at how he played Alistar that last game, which kind of cost them
Yeah.
their early and mid game. So
See, that's why you pick a Leona. If you don't go aggressive, you are like failing the purpose of picking a Leona and Kate. And we see a head-on collision happening amongst Jarvan and Hecarim over there. Jarvan looks to be surrounded. Oh,
Whoa,
nice
brilliant.
key right there. The combo coming in, but in the end, Jarvan gets out. Another beautiful shockwave 2-man,
Nope.
forcing Captain Awesome to burn his ulti. Okay, there's fights going on everywhere.
and
Boston also
Culling,
going for an
man,
engage.
not quite enough.
Oh,
Beautiful heal.
birdie.
Very
Yeah.
well timed heal. Wow. Props to Scarlet, props to Franzel Birdie for that heal.
pressing the heal key, very nice. He just walked in there, he didn't see Caitlyn right there.
Exactly. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking because the culling did not appear to have had the potential to kill Deathstroke there. I mean, I can understand it was one shot away,
Another
but
gank,
it wasn't.
Captain Awesome looks to be on a ganking spree right there. Keeps ganking every lane. But after
Well, it's
all
what-
of that, 87 gamer ends up dying. That's all. That's just one kill after all of that excitement.
Right now, I think Yellow Flash is going to town on Grimsley right now. Even harder than how he did on Adare, really. Even though that Grimsley does have like the huge CS advantage and whatnot. Every time the camera has panned to the mid lane, like every time
Yeah.
the camera has gone over, I'm always seeing Yellow Flash kind of coming out on top of a trade against Grimsley.
Oh
and
god,
wow.
okay. That's another guy coming in by Captain Awesome, forcing the Shens stand united.
No
Does
ult,
Captain
no
Awesome have his
ult.
ulti? He does not. Okay, the smart choice would be to go for a drag since they have 4 people down bot. Do they go for it? But Warwick still has his teleport up, so that would be a really risky drag if they decide to go
Oh,
for
yeah,
it.
they're
Captain
back. They're
Awesome
actually
clearing the
outnumbered.
ward. Why would you do that? Here they come. That joke is quite low and he goes down to Lucian. Lucian also quite low. Exhaust coming out, but the damage being a bit too much for Lucian and he pays with and he dies over there. And they go for a dragon
Well,
nonetheless.
really, I mean, that was a very bad time to recall and fall low for Furious 5 because right
Yeah.
now this is going to be the start of a lot of dragons. I've always one thing I've noticed about Captain Awesome jungling is that he kind of times his dragons well enough, and it's just that the only ever time he had to give it up was if his team kind of died as a whole in one extremely bad team fight, which would
Yeah.
potentially happen in the river. But seriously, I mean, Furious 5 need to step their game up because this is lacking. I'm not quite sure if the last game is still kind of exerting a bunch of
Yeah.
pressure onto them, but they're falling apart so far. It doesn't look like they're
Yeah,
actually doing stuff, but
but
we
let me
can't
tell
still let
something
go.
to
We
cheer
can't
you
say
up.
it's over yet.
Yeah, since they have an Oriana, one good shockwave can change the entire game, as we all know. Look at Maokai up, I mean Shen, not Maokai, my bad. Look at Shen up top, going to town on Warwick with his Sunfire kill. He's just walking around and Warwick's like, I don't want any part of this. Why
Doesn't
are
change.
you
The
not
top lane has
fighting
always
back,
been.
Demacia? Oh, Birdie getting caught out. A beautiful ulti into the E, getting him stun luck right there, and an easy kill coming in for Caitlyn once more.
I swear, if I were the Caitlyn and the Leona there, I'd just say cool story, bro. After he used that culling, I would have been so ready to just
Oh,
say
that's
cool
a
story,
style
bro.
points. Come on, you're dying. You
Yeah,
don't die like a
yeah.
pussy. You die like a man. Yeah, that's what he was saying right there.
All right. Oh, so it does look like 87 Gamer wants to make something happen in the mid lane, but Grimsley is already on his way bot.
Oh, nice
Okay,
sidestep
he
there.
is
Here
committing to
comes the
this.
tidal wave, missing both of them. Oh my god. Okay, so Hecarim also
Why
had his.
disengage? Why disengage? Why did Captain Awesome disengage? Grimsley was coming right there. I'm not quite sure, but
I don't think they
Umang
would have been
Chauhan
able to
appears to
caught up.
have,
Yeah.
yeah, lost an eye or two before getting into the match.
Okay, so as usual, we see Caitlyn again, 2-0. Thanks for the pause. I had to talk about something. Caitlyn again, like last game, Holy Gunners has a lead, and Birdie, like last game, is struggling again in the early game. The items are kind of weird. Caitlyn decided to go for a circus, whereas Birdie still didn't complete his boots. He looks to be going for an IE first item. Let's talk about the mid lane for a while, Varun. Uh,
Yeah.
a tier on Oriana against an Yasuo who has a static shift. How effective is this? I think she would have gone for a
Well,
Seeker's
it
Arm
is.
Guard as
No,
a first item.
right now is the time when you'd actually want to worry about Oriana, especially about Yellow Flash right now. If I were him, I'd actually be very worried because that is a very bad itemization choice after getting the tier. You do not want to go Needless to Last Rod unless you're actually well ahead in kills. And he hasn't gotten a single kill and he's getting out CS. Now, while I did say that whenever the camera has panned into the middle, he has been winning a trade, over time this will actually end up working severely against him because ordinarily the itemization, how things go is you get the tier, you build a Seeker's Arm Guard, and then if you get ahead you get a Morello, you finish the Morello, and only after that you go for a Zhonya's Hourglass. He appears to have committed into going for the Zhonya's Hourglass, and I'm seriously expecting Grimsley to kind of abuse this and completely kind of shut him out of CS and general and his presence in lane in general. He has the ability to do that as a Yasuo as well because he's finished his static shift. That is pretty much the one power spike that you
Yeah.
need to take you through to the mid game. So I'm expecting him to go more slightly very very aggressive and pretty much deal with the Oriana and completely be done with her.
Yeah.
And by that I mean shut
And
her out because she's not doing what Orianas normally do in an AD matchup, let alone a Yasuo. So yeah.
and then we have Warwick going for that item which increases your movement speed. What's the thing called? I forgot the name.
Righteous glory.
Why would you go for that? You as a Warwick, you're fighting a Shed. You go for a Bridgewater Cutlass, which is good. Then you go for something with a bit more damage. You don't need a tank right now. You have Javon, who's probably gonna be building that into that other. What's that HP thing called, man? The jungling items name are so weird right now that I can barely remember them. But
HP item, Juggernaut.
yeah, Juggernaut and enhancement.
Right.
Sorry, my bad. So as a Warwick, since you're looking to trade against a Shen, you should probably complete that BOT arc, and then you can go for a Spirit Wizard or something of that sort to help it with your heals and your sustain. But instead, he decides to go for the Righteous Glory to speed up the team, which is more of a team-oriented build. I can relate to what
Oh
he's
my
trying
god.
to think
No.
right there.
Right.
Yeah. So
Captain
Captain
Awesome.
Awesome he just went, that's my tribe, let's get the hell out and
Captain
push
Awesome trying to be
Leona
as
away.
awesome as he can right now.
Yeah. But there you go, the
202.
Bridgewater Cutlass on a full HP Shen for some reason, and then he continues farming anyways. And Shen trades back. I don't know what's going on in the top
Demacia.
lane anymore. Yeah.
Like, Demacia has just lost all direction right now in the top lane. He is not making that Warwick pick work. Firstly, because of his items, and secondly, because
Yeah.
he's really not providing much of an impact. Late game, yes, sure, he has a huge suppression, but look at the amount of interrupts that they have. Captain Awesome
Yeah.
has his E. Captain Awesome has his ultimate as well. And Shen in general can just taunt him away from it. And it's very likely, and it's very much okay for a Shen to just save his taunt for the Warwick ult
Yeah.
as well. Because, so, literally the only challenge left for people is to address, the only thing they have to think about anymore is just who stops whose ult, who stops which part of the wombo combo.
Yeah.
Literally, because this is Furious 5 betting everything on their wombo combo in a 5v5 team fight. The Righteous Glory and everything else that follows up with it. The Orianna ult, the Jarvan ult, everything. They're just putting all of it on the line with that alone. So yeah.
But yeah, I think what Warwick needs to do is, since his teleport is up and he hasn't used it even once in this game, just like his ult, he just needs to TP bot and, just use his ult to kill. Every time he ults someone, it's a sure kill. That's how broken Warwick is right now. You have a 2.5 second suppression, so just use it. Go mid, gank Yasuo. Those are like easy kills for your team. But instead, Warwick just chooses to stay top and just keep farming with the Shen.
And to top
Shen
it
on the
off,
other
he's
hand,
actually taken an early tower. So that's
Yeah.
all the more reason to do those plays that you're mentioning right now, because I'm really not quite sure. Demacia is not making his pick work at all.
Yeah.
And this is a very worrying state.
Every time you have your
state.
ult as a Warwick, just go gank a lane, that's all. That's how simple it is. You give your team an early lead, you give yourself an early lead, and that's about it. Meanwhile, Shen on the other hand, he has already teleported bot and he has that assist. That's why, and he also has that CS lead for some reason. And that joke just following Birdie back with his E, with his own E, and Caitlyn just deciding to ult
Bit of a
to get him a
half-hearted
bit low.
engage there.
Yeah.
Bit of a very half-hearted engage coming from Holy Gunners and Death Choke there.
I don't know, that joke
Because
had everything. He had his
nobody
ulti, he had his
committed,
ignite
yeah.
up. Yeah, he should have
Nobody
committed
committed.
that.
Holy Gunners, all he did was ult, but look at this. Like, he's already healed back up. What was the
Yeah.
point of that ultimate? So Furious 5, it appears that they are kind of coming, and wow, you're 4 levels below Jarvan. What are you doing?
Okay, Captain Awesome, but there you go, the first ult into the Orianna ult, but Captain Awesome deciding
No!
to just run away. Warwick wasting his flash right there. Please tell me, is this build water? He did not use his build water. That would have been enough. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Grimsley getting caught once again, using Warwick to just E out. Warwick, what are you doing? You just gave him away out right there.
Orianna's flash. What was that? So this is it. This is what I'm talking about. They're just laying it all on the line with just their composition. And this is not what you want to be doing. You want to be able to at least hold at least one lane, get one lane ahead, and just proceed to help them in team fights to kind of get a little further ahead.
Oh, here comes Leona. Nice flash by Body, but they decided to go in nonetheless, and they managed to get off a kill of the Leona ult. And now
So
he's
this
caught
is
between
good.
three people.
I
right
want
now.
Holy Gunners to step up right now. And wow, is that a dead mermaid?
Okay, no, it's not. It looks like a dead
Nope.
sheriff of
No,
Piltover.
no, that is
Yep,
a dead
that's
mermaid. No,
it.
it's not.
The moment survived.
No, it's not.
Nice double down by Shen, and they managed to pick up the kill. So that's a double kill for Akarim.
So I was just about to say that Holy Gunners being this fed is pretty much what they want. So now they have to devote like their wombo combo. They need to devote to protecting their Caitlyn, who's the only one who is ahead and can deal any amount of damage at all. So they need to recognize this, which they kind of didn't, because even last game they had to fall back to protect the AD carry comp, which they could not make work. So I'm very worried for Furious 5 right now, because while it may not look like they're behind in goal, they are generally crumbling and not able to play to the best of their abilities right now, which is not what you
You
want to
have
be
a
doing when
team
you're a
fight,
game
Tom.
down in best of 3.
Yeah, you have a team fight, Tom. So why won't you team fight? Why will you go for those picks like that? I don't get it. Okay, it
Yeah,
looks like
and-
they heard me. Okay, Javin is walking to his death right now.
Oh my
And
god, that is
Javin
very
just
much.
DQs out, but Chen follows with the taunt. Beautiful onslaught of shadows by Captain also managing to get Oriana back into four of them, and an easy kill being picked up by Yasuo in the end.
Yeah, I said about this in the beginning of the match. Like, ordinarily, people would probably cringe at the fact that why would you just pick unconventional picks? There exists the concept of comfort picks for players, gentlemen, and this is what happens when you give it to them. Scarlet extremely comfortable on that Nami. Grimsley comfortable in that Yasuo has had an entire game to make that pick work, and so he's pretty much comfortable and can run it into anything. Same goes for Birdie's Lucian. So everybody, when they have comfort picks going or rolling up for them, you just pretty much put one on top of the other, and you're just so aware and you've pretty much experienced half the situations that are being thrown to you that you're just confident going in. And it takes a lot to break that confidence. And mind you, Furious 5 can do that. Furious 5 can actually break this extremely comfort pick oriented team comp and completely mess with Pew Pew minds. But because of how far behind they are right now, in every state of the word, except probably the bot lane, it's they're not in a good spot right now. They really can't do that. They're, if anything, they're strengthening the resolve of Pew Pew right now.
Yeah, and the main factor that's resulting in the downfall of Furious 5, I must say, is the lack of vision. They don't have any vision at all in the jungle, so that's why Javan walked into the blind brush right there, walking into five people, leading to the deaths of him and Oriana. Okay, so now what they need to do is, since Warwick has completed. What the hell? Okay, Warwick went for a warm-up summon. I was sorry, it wasn't the righteous glory. I forgot that.
Oh, well,
That
I
thing also
forgot that
built
it
into
built
that.
into that.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. We suck.
Yep.
Anyway.
Anyway, so yeah, they just need to, go into the out, fight as a team, because that's what their team comp is about, like team fighting. So just stick as a team rather than going out and doing some random stuff that they're doing. So they just need to do that and hopefully come out on top, because I think they really can come out on top, even if Hecarim's like 4-0, but he hasn't built that tanky yet. He has quite a bit of damage with that Iceborne Gauntlet. So yeah, so I think it might be a good turnout for them if they decide to stick as a team and get that team comp rolling.
Yeah, and it still isn't too late. Surprisingly, it's still not too late because they're only 5k gold behind, which is doesn't mean way too much in the mid game. Because it essentially comes down to how well they objective control,
Okay.
believing in their wombo combo.
Okay,
And
looks like they're setting up for something. The ball is on Caitlyn. She can E into five people and then they can ult. Can they do it? Caitlyn E in. Caitlyn. Okay. Oh, beautiful ult right there. The shockwave catching three people. See, this is what I was talking about. You are a team comp, just go for it. See how well that turned out.
or
And Shen
is
coming in
it?
at the end.
Legend W
No,
Flare can do a
no.
lot if he managed to land a good taunt. And he actually
Yes.
did flash. I'm not sure where he flashed, but
That
he
was a
flashed.
1-for-2. That
I'm
was
not sure
kind
where
of
Legend
a-
W Flare he flashed. Why is this flash on cooldown? So
That,
it makes no
that
sense.
was
But if he
kind
had
of
the
an awkward team fight, I must say, because the ball on the starting was on Caitlyn. So I really thought that, Caitlyn would flash
No,
into
no,
five
no,
people or
that
E
wasn't
into
the plan.
five people. Yeah.
What the optimal move should have been was he should have immediately seen 87 gamer go in, and that's the
Yeah.
thing. That's the challenge when playing in Oriana in these wombo combo comps. Often you end up in whoever you're shielding to overextend and pretty much go out of your shield's range. So
Yeah.
you can't even ult when that happens, and your shield is on cooldown. So what do you do when that happens? So you always are gonna have to make sure that you're within that shield range, and
Oh boy, the chase is on. Hecarim walks in, the exhaust goes
everything's on
Jarvan,
cooldown.
and they just walk back. Okay.
Everything's on cooldown inside of Furious 5. It would be best if they don't fight right now. And
Yeah.
more so because Demasia's at the top lane trying to shove it out. So,
Yeah, shove it out with Warwick. Shove it out with Warwick, guys. Yeah.
yep.
That insane
Sounds like some sort of
player
dance
that
party.
Warwick has. What?
Sounds like some new dance party.
So yeah, they're managing to get that annoying little scuttlecraft finally, getting them a bit of vision on the river. Shen just goes in once again. Warwick's like, just let me farm, Shen. And he just runs back.
Seriously, like it's obvious that in lanes and single and alone they lose. So this difference in ability that they're showing, the Shen on the going on the Warwick, and literally besides bot lane, every other lane has been pretty much exerting dominance. The top lane and the mid lane really, because you always see Legend W Flare going all in onto Demacia with little to no like retaliation on Demasia's part. And same goes for Grimsley. Sure, yes, Yellow Flash in the early game was playing it really, really well, but over time, because of how he itemized, he really is in a very troublesome spot right now.
Okay, they really need
And
to
wow.
get back now. They're in a really bad position. Oh, one more
Good
shockwave catches. That's a
Better.
two-man Leona ult. Everything being blown right now. Grimsley still makes it alive. 4 people. It's a 4v3. There comes the onslaught of shadows. Missing Oriana completely, but there comes Warwick on the back, focusing the ADC, but decides to run back. Caitlyn just farming minions for some reason. 3 people on Hecarim. Hecarim also makes it away. The only casualty till now is Grimsley, but the fight continues. Birdie is still at full HP. There's a 2-man taunt over there, but Demacia keeps chasing Birdie away. Flux Holy Gunners chasing Birdie away. Over here, 2 people on Betjoke, and Warwick decides to come in and help his comrade out, getting on Shen right there. Holy Gunners also chasing Shen down. Warwick getting that extra bit of speed from Shen's low health. Holy Gunners looks like he's gonna chase. Okay, okay, the fight's finally over. Yeah.
Okay, there is literally one reason why Furious 5 lost that fight. They sent 3 people to go after Captain Awesome, who was low. Really? And in the process, they ended up leaving behind Demacia. And though he survived, yes, but seriously, what did it amount to? What was it all for? Again, they just abandoned their AD carry to just go for single targets, hoping they can just kill them. Like the Oriana, the Leona, and oh my god, I keep forgetting who else went up to go for Captain Awesome. But yeah, those 3 people pretty much costed the fight. Yeah, Warwick.
Yeah.
So those 3 people pretty much costed the fight.
Oh god, ADC
So
Gamer
hard.
just EQ'd it to his death. He just EQ'd it to 3 people right there. Grimsley is way off target. Birdie is trying to get him low with the help of Dragon. Jarvan misses his EQ. The tailbot comes out from Warwick. Does he have his ult?
Why is he going to
Ult
take
is
Dragon?
off cooldown. Dragon completely wrecking everyone right there. The EQ combo again coming out from Yasuo into the Hecarim E. Demacia on the other hand just chasing down Birdie and just killing him. I think he hates Birdie for some reason. Deathchoke still continuing the fight, whereas Warwick decides to just back off with full HP. And in the end, that's a triple kill for Yasuo.
They had to see this coming. They should have expected the worst outcome to turn out like this, because literally you've just completely taken out everything else. You've taken out individual skill in laning, and you're just putting your own skills as a team to the test, and you should have expected it. When it goes bad, this is how bad it can go when you don't execute your comms quite well. Oriana, Yellow Flash could not even put the right ult at the right time because he was so reliant on the Jarvan or the Leona or the Warwick going in that when it was on cooldown, when they were rendered, when they were not.
Wow, Demacia going full ham right there. Fighting actually one-on-one with 3 people around. Okay.
But seriously, I don't think this changes much. Even if they do end up making turnaround kills.
They have a 3-0 Warwick, but let's see how that plays out. Because Warwick, late game, he's kind of hard to kill. Oh!
But how far can it carry him?
Come on! Okay, no.
No.
This match so boring, come on, go for it.
No, that's the thing. Like, sure, yes, if they end up getting enough comeback kills, they can actually claw their way back and into a comeback victory. But it doesn't look like Pew Pew are giving them any quarter to move. Like, literally, it took them clumping up at a particular point in time.
Okay, this should be exciting. They have their ults up. The Nami ult comes in. They are not using their ult. There's a 3-man shockwave into a cataclysm, instantly deleting Grimsley. And there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Nice team fight there by blue team. Instantly wrecking 3 people. Shen nowhere around. He finally decides to ult in. Okay, wow. That was a 4v5. And that's a 3-for-none exchange. That was a very good team fight in favor of blue team.
Wow. Okay. So it's good that they're recovering from their past mistakes and everything they've done. As I said, I mean, I still think it's not too late for Furious 5 to turn this game around. Firstly, because they have a Wombo Combo team comp, and as I said, this is what teams would normally do. They'll play proper team comps into just like a bunch of five people who are just picking their comfort picks and rolling in. And this is what it takes. Like they need to do this at least like 2 to 3 times, thrice more, three more times, in order to completely break Pew Pew lasers. Because right now they need to push Pew Pew lasers into a state saying we're playing our comfort champs. What's going wrong? Once you bring that state, or once you play that particular mind trick onto Pew Pew lasers, Furious 5 are gonna have a real. Furious 5 can practically steamroll to victory. Seriously,
Yeah,
if they keep
but
this up. But can
yeah.
they keep this up? Will Pew Pew lasers fall hard enough for them to come back? It doesn't look like it, because look at Grimsley. He's already trying to make
Yeah.
the rotational play to
But the
to get the
current
tower
scenario
and
is
push.
every time the blue team have their ults up, they're looking to fight. I think they realize that they did pick a team comp right now, and so they are looking to take advantage of it. So yeah, every time they have their ults up, they are looking to go for fights, and they are looking to take that advantage. So
And they
let's see what
have every
happens.
reason to do so.
Yeah.
Because hey, you're ahead. You're ahead. Why not fight?
They
They're still
finally
ahead. They're still
again
ahead
have their
enough to
ults
fight.
up.
It's just that Furious 5 are gonna have to completely rely on what their composition is. And seriously, like they're betting way too much on something that's just there as an option. So yeah.
Yeah. And Pew Pew lasers just don't have it. They have the disengage from Nami ult and the Hecarim ult, but that's about it. They don't have that wombo combo that the blue team has. And thankfully, Oriana till now has landed pretty good ults. Every time she has got three or more than three people in her ults, barring that one ult on Yasuo, which did result in a loss for them in the team fight. So I think she realizes that, and every time, I think this time, from that time onwards, she has been holding that shockwave back, and every time she sees three or more people standing on her ball, okay, that sounded wrong. Anyways, three or more people near her thing, so she just,
Stop, man. Wow.
yeah, just
Huh.
keeps holding it, and she just tells after that.
That's just her picking good times, isn't it? Because
Yeah,
Oriana, as it is, like the whole point of a wombo combo. So the basic kind of instinct is to just wait for a gap close champion to go in. You shield him and then you ult. It starts with that, and then you start doing those on your own.
okay.
So
Looks
that's the
another
mark
team
of
fight.
that's what separates good Oriana players from like well practiced and great Oriana players, where they pretty
Yeah.
much take initiative on their own to do things without having to rely on gap closers on
Yeah.
their allies. But right now, Pew Pew lasers look like with every team fight, even
Oh wow,
though
that
Furious
jumps
5 do
way
manage
out
to
of
make it work.
position. Gets
Damn,
pulled
that's some
down
heavy
quite a
damage.
bit.
Heavy
And
damage.
he has to go back. Just has to.
So with each and every single passing situation for a team fight, each and every single passing moment, PPL lasers seem like harder and harder to kill for Furious 5. Not just because they level advantage, but also because the fact that look at Grimsley, he has a Guardian Angel. Look at the level 16 Shen, who has a Thorn Mail, a Sunfire, and a Spirit Visage, which is pretty much the same items that will set you up for victory, really. So he can frontline so hard for PP
Yeah.
lasers that it would take enormous mistakes. Like probably this, if he goes in right now, that would probably pretty much break PP lasers, but never
Okay,
mind.
the red team is in a really bad position right now. Actually, the blue team is in a bad position. They don't have a single one right there. They're looking to take the purple one, managing to get it. They should know that
Surprised
they're
nobody's
standing on
taking
the wall right
initiative.
now. Oh wow, 87 gamer
Whoa.
is highly cut off from the team. He can't initiate this, but he joins them nonetheless. And the dragon
This is
up.
where
Both
the
the teams
combo
know. Yeah.
shines. This is where the combo will
Go
shine
for
if
it,
practiced
guys.
perfectly. Will they do it?
The ball is unmoving. There's a one-man ult on the Guardian Angel. The Yasuo. Oriana holding back the shockwave, but she finally lets it go, and there's a two-man shockwave, and that wasn't a good ult at all from anyone. Okay,
I
so
expected the Orion ult a little sooner. If the Orion
Yeah.
ult had hit first, that would have set them up. But no, slightly late. That 1 second of hesitation completely worked against them, and that's a 5
Then
for
why would you
0 exchange
TP?
as well.
Shen just
What?
TP'd up top, he could have tanked 2 turrets.
Well,
Oh wow.
okay.
Okay, so they'll get 2 turrets anyways.
Let's
They
just
could have
pretend
gotten
we
more.
didn't see that because
Yeah.
they're ahead. They're ahead. They deserve.
Hmm.
Yeah, they deserve a few mistakes, and they deserve some excuse for some of the mistakes. If it's
Yeah.
Birdie,
But
unless it's
that
Birdie,
was
if
a
it's
really
Birdie,
well
then you
played
pretty
team
much.
fight.
Yeah, if it's Birdie doing the mistakes, then yeah, you know what to do.
Yeah. Like he's
Yeah.
feeding right now, so.
Oh well.
Oh, there's a nice
Whoa!
bubble.
What a bubble. That was a good, well thought out bubble. So, Scarlett, as we pretty much mentioned in the start, playing out of her mind, completely exercising and seeing what's needed,
Yeah.
what needs to be bubbled and what needs to be altered.
Such hype.
She's so hyped that she's actually doing well. That's an NG
Yeah.
3-4-16. So, support mains,
Yo,
just
they're
get
going
hyped.
for. They are going for a
Support
Baron.
Nami mains, yeah, just get hype and you're pretty much set to win the match for your team.
Frost, I'm talking to
That's
you.
a tip.
And here comes Shen. Shen's like, oh god, Baron's
Oh
going
God,
on. What
what
do
is
I
he
do?
trying?
Shen, can he go for the steal with his Q? No, he
Oh.
doesn't. And Shen's gonna pay for it with his life.
Oh my God, that was
Is this the turnaround
That
we're
was
looking
beautiful.
for?
That was beautiful if he managed to steal the Baron, but because
Yeah.
he didn't, he looked like a scrub there, didn't he? Yeah.
Oh, come on, come on. Just because we are watching amateur league doesn't mean you can use those words.
No, like there's two ways you can go. It's pretty much the other form of a jungler going for a Baron steal. If he doesn't steal Baron, oh, it's just got unlucky. If he steals the Baron, oh wow, he's a god. But he's a Shen. He wasn't even the jungler, so
Hey, come on, he had
you're
a
entitled for something
Sunfire
this is
cape.
made. Truth
And he
hurts.
gave away
Truth
his
hurts.
kill streak.
Truth hurts. Truth hurts.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Now they have a
Fuse
Baron up
5.
team. Yeah.
Yep,
So-
Fuse 5 half ironed up, so that gives them some amount of breathing room. That is a good move that they did. Recognized when Pew Pew lasers are back and knew that they would be too late to respond to a Baron call. And so they
Yeah.
were sticking S5 immediately and got to it. So very good. Very good this thing. Very good decision.
And Shen doing what he does best, he's split pushing since he has the ult. Let's hope that, like the previous team fights, he doesn't use it on Cody when everyone dies. Okay, but they start on Scarlet. That's the CC lock of the ulti from Caitlyn. Almost managed to kill it. Warwick flashes and Qs and gets the kill on Nami.
Wow.
There's the knockup and the amazing damage output coming out from Grimsley. Meanwhile, it's just a 1 for 0 till now. Everyone blowing everything now. Captain Awesome barely surviving. The randoms coming out. The Shen are finally paying off. There Shen joins the team fight. And finally we have a 4 for 2 exchange in favor of purple team. Never mind. Shen decides to say otherwise. He just taunts in. Warwick barely alive with a
Oh, he
sliver of
can't
health.
get the kill.
Ah! This page with us looking at it, Warwick going for it, Shen with the Sunfire cape
Wow.
and his thumbnail just picks it up at the last second. I think it's GG right now. I think they can end it. Did they end it?
Okay, so Yellow Flash. I'd like to specifically point out Yellow Flash on that Oriana. He made the best possible outcome and possibility of an Oriana ult he could ever do because he stopped Grimsley's charge right onto Holy Gunners with an ultimate. It was
Yeah.
only a pity that he was in such a bad position to begin with that he ended up dying anyway and not being able to kill Grimsley. But the ult that he made in that last fight was actually stellar. But sadly, because of their earlier mistake, it kind of never really mattered for Pew Pew lasers, and they're pushed up backed against the wall. Still only their wombo combo left. Not even a gold advantage. Not even the dragons, I believe. In this
Yeah.
side, not even a single dragon, really. So
They have 4 dragons. Purple
To
team
none.
have 4 dragons
To
till
none.
now.
to none on Fury's
To none,
side.
yeah.
So this is they are in dire straits. To say that they're in dire straits is
Yeah.
pretty much an understatement because not only are they in dire straits, they've been outclassed in lane so much that they just can't keep up. It seems.
Yeah.
Then
They
this
had
is
a
kind
few
of evident
shining
in how they.
moments
Yeah.
during the team fights, which was played out really well. I think the 2 team fights that they won was mainly because of the Oriana as well as the Javan combo that they pulled off. But other than that, Javan and Oriana haven't been able to do that much. They have a 1-9 Javan, so he clearly hasn't been, making the plays and all around the map. He does have 11 assists, but yeah, I kind of expected more from him.
I feel like another thing that Furious 5 are kind of lacking is that they're not being decisive enough in their calls to fight.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
seriously, Demacia, you need to have backed off 5 seconds earlier than that. But it
Not
looks
like
like they're
your
just gonna
Nexus
go
is
in and finish the
exposed.
game. It seems like wow.
Okay. Sen just hitting the Nexus. He's trying to be the XPK of India.
This
It looks
is
like he will
just
finish it.
wow.
Okay, so that's game.
Kudos to people lasers.
Pew Pew Lasers win the amateur league, and yeah, so congrats to the winners. Tough luck, Furious 5. You guys played well, and you guys still get some prize. I think like you get